Driven channel. I want to talk to you today about hard-ass work. The last 3 or 4 years, I've really tried to push the envelope on that and what that looks like for me in my life. And what I've discovered is it's just straight up like a muscle. The harder you work it out, the more that you can kind of push that threshold of what you're capable of. And it's pretty intimidating, I think, if you look at what you got on your plate, but I think if you break those things down and just tackle them one by one, you'd be surprised at what you can accomplish. Everything that I've got on my plate, from businesses to personal relationships to always trying to keep in shape at the gym and at least getting some time to rest and recover, it winds up being a lot. And I know everybody says you got the same 24 hours in the day, but if you can kind of work through your 20s, which I discovered this around probably 25 or 26 through some pretty challenging job opportunities that I had. But if you can just start working it out the younger that you are and pushing that threshold, by the time you get into your 30s and your mid 30s and your 40s, where you have the most impact for the rest of your life, you'll be setting yourself up in these work situations or a career or a business that you want to start, or maybe it's a side hustle that you've got, a side business that you kind of get in the background and you've got your career developing. If you're just working on these things, and that might be a normal job that you work and then you get home, take care of your business, and then it's a few hours at night, these things just start to add up and kind of stack up on each other, and all of a sudden you get down the line and you got all these cool things kind of developed. And then it just takes time. It's like a little baby. I mean, the way that I've got our businesses set up with my business partner, we've got a couple side ventures going right now, it's literally in the infant stage. And to constantly just keep feeding it is such unique challenges that come up. They really push your threshold and your understanding and kind of what your brain power used to be kind of in a normal career. When you start getting into that area of growing things and developing things, you're in uncharted territory. You're in these places where you're working on challenges that you aren't even used to dealing with. You're dealing with a lot of things for the first time. And to me, honestly, I get home sometimes and my head is just tired. The gym is that outlet for me. I can kind of go work out, get a fresh mind. I get home, make some dinner, and then I'm back on the computer. I'm having conversations with people, kind of scheming and setting things up for what's gonna be my future. And now I'm in my early 30s, and I would say that these years right now in my entire life, they're my favorite by far. I think a lot of people kind of trip out about, oh, I'm getting older. People don't like going into their 30s, they like their 20s. To me, the 30s are the foundation for the rest of your life. I enjoy getting older so much because your view of the world, and it's only still developing for me on a day-to-day basis, your view of the world just gets so expanded, and it's really interesting and challenging. So I challenge you guys to just work your butts off and create some cool stuff. You'd be surprised where you wind up a few years down the road.